Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. I haven't seen a website for this one, but I think it's a relatively new deck, I think. Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. There is a website for this, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. She's on the back there. I don't know if it's focusing, but if you want to search that out, you can do that. Okay. What do we have for Virgo? Just going to see what comes forward over here. Alright, so starting off with the situation. It says self-love, but I'm getting like self-care is more the energy I want to pull in there. Self-care is more, I know what it says, it's self-care. Self-care with the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Even if this is in the past, I'm feeling like self-care was needed if it wasn't there. If you didn't do that for yourself, if you didn't step away and give yourself extra self-care, it needed to happen. Because I'm getting like you persevered over the stress, and I get that. If the self-care wasn't there, I feel like they're kind of saying, look back at what you could have done and kind of think about where you could apply that next in the future. That is definitely something you don't want to miss out for you, but you might have to be the one who makes sure that happens. In the sense of like, people keep trying to take your time and take your time and take your time, and you might have to be very insistent or maybe covert. Like I've known people in the past, and I think that person was a Virgo. They would schedule things. They'd put things on their schedule, and they would just let people know that they were busy, but they would keep it very vague. But it may be something they're doing for themselves. Like maybe they're getting, a haircut, or they're going to the mall, or they're going to see a movie, or they're just, taking time off just to be by themselves, going for a walk in a park. People don't need to know what you're doing if you have personal time. Keep that in mind, because it's very important for you. Even though you can do a lot and you're very good at keeping things going, always make sure you're doing something for yourself. Like, because I don't feel like that's normal. Like, you're not overdoing it for yourself. Like, most Virgos are very helpful, get a lot done. They're very, very, very diligent. And I also feel like there's a lot of Virgos who don't take enough time for themselves. It's important, though. It does better for you if you're able to do that. Now, it started off where you were persevering. I'm hoping it's because of it says self-love, but, taking care of yourself. I'm getting in the environment. I got the darkness with the blossoming. And I understand, like, it's usually easier for you when other people are taking a break. It's better for you to take a break, or that's easier for you to take a break. I'm getting right off the bat. They're, like, trying to say, don't wait till somebody else takes a break for you to get your own permission. Like, give yourself permission to take a break. I keep getting this in the sense of, like, people don't need to know what you're doing. If you're scheduling, like, I know a person used to schedule doctor's appointments but then go do other things, then that's what you got to do. I don't know how that sounds, but I'm getting like you need that time. Don't wait for somebody else to decide, well, they need a break, so since they're going to have a break, it's okay for you to have a break. Don't let that be the case. Create your own breaks. Create your own, self-care moments. Because I'm getting going forward, there's more coming in. There's the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. There's a lot more coming in for you. And that might be where this is starting for you. Maybe you're having some time here to yourself right now, or maybe that door is opening where you could kind of put that in place without people really knowing the difference. Do that, because you got a lot coming in. You got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands coming in all at once. This is communication and action. A lot coming in very quickly. There's a lot coming in very soon, and you got extremes in the environment, which they're saying you need to make sure, first of all, that you rest up when you can. But when this starts happening, even though there's a lot coming in, and extremes in the environment tells me there's a lot coming in, build those things in right in the beginning. how do you do this? Because I'm seeing like somebody's coming in with a lot, and they want a lot from you. But like if you can build up your schedule already, like I got a lot going on already, but I'll like add you in, like you'll help somebody. You got to make sure you like, because I'm worried like this schedule thing is coming in where somebody wants a lot of your time, and it could end up, you know, really, even though you can do a lot, it could end up really like draining you. And they're saying before this happens, hopefully, start building in some type of system to where, you know, you automatically have time for yourself. Other people don't have to know that. They just, all they need to know is that you're busy. They don't need to know what you're busy doing. You don't want to give them the power to go, oh, what are you doing, Virgo? You're making a cake. That goes to the side. You're going to do what I want you to do. You don't want to give them the power to know what you're doing. Oh, you're going to go for a walk in the park? Well, come on, Virgo. I don't think you need to do that. You need to help me. Because I'm getting a very insistent energy with this extremes. They don't need to know what you're doing. They don't need to know. Just try to keep it vague and just keep it moving. When you're dealing with this person or people, always push forward and keep things moving. Kind of like, I got this to do. I got that to do. I can't talk right now. I got a lot going on. I got a lot I'm trying to get done. Don't give them the chance to really start questioning what you're doing. Be careful of that, because I feel like you got to protect yourself with this. This is important. You need that time. That time is very important for you. It's kind of like, you know, those people who run themselves into the ground and they keep getting sick. That could happen to you. We don't need that happening to you, you know. You got the path and protection coming in here. You got to protect yourself. Don't give somebody else the ability to decide whether what you're planning for yourself is warranted or not warranted, because they keep getting that. Somebody wants to know what you're doing. Oh, what are you doing? What, you're taking your kid to this thing? Have somebody else take them. Come on, you can come help us. Oh my God, come on. No, you need to help me, because I feel somebody just pushing your responsibilities away and kind of like you could get somebody else to do that, or that's not that important. And you want to pull that back in for you. You don't want to let somebody have that ability. If you're able to keep it just away from them so they don't need to know what you're doing, take that with a grain of salt. You know what you need to do with that. If you're able to hold it back, I don't feel like it's very often they're going to question. Once you get into a pattern and you keep doing the same thing, I feel like success will be there, but you can't let this person, you know, bulldoze you, because somebody's going to try to. They're going to try to see what you're doing, and they're going to try to make decisions about what you think is important, and they're going to try to change your schedule for you. Don't allow them that. Do not allow them that. I keep seeing somebody pushing. They're very persistent. I do feel like you might have some weird feelings about this. Every now and then you're like, well, I have some extra time. Oh, this is a big one. Be careful of this. Every now and then I feel like I have some extra time, and I could give it a little extra time to this extremes situation. Don't do that. I'm getting don't do that, because it starts a bad pattern. Keep your limit, keep your boundaries, help as much as you need to. Whoever's setting this extreme, that's on them. Let them do that. That's their thing. Don't give too much to it. Give the adequate amount, but don't do extra for that. I used to know somebody who would, and she was a Virgo actually. She would do extra, and then every now and then she would just do some extra. She would do some extra, but then the people she worked for started to expect it, and then they started to demand it. We know you can, so we need you to do it. Now they would just expect it. When she would try to pull back, they would kind of use it against her, kind of like, well, you're not a team player. Meanwhile, she does her normal job, and then if she wasn't doing extra shifts, they would say, well, you're not a team player anymore. So don't do extra with this. I know that may sound rotten, but I'm getting don't do extra with this. It'll backfire on you. It just will not serve you like it should. If you can keep your boundaries, always keep your boundaries. If you have extra time, do something for you. Do something private for you. Whoever this other energy, extreme energy is, they don't need to know. You do something for you. You do something private for you. That way you will stabilize your situation. It will be stable. Because I feel like, you know, Virgo is Earth. Earth gets patterns. You guys like patterns. Once you're in the pattern of doing for yourself, the more you get used to it, the better it'll be. And it's not like you're not helpful. You're very helpful. And I understand, because I keep feeling this energy on your side, kind of like, oh, I could have done a little more. I could have done more here. I could have done a little more there. I keep feeling this. But you're going to get yourself stuck in a quagmire. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. If you can hold it back, hold your boundaries, When you have extra time, do something that's for you. Keep it away from this person or people, whoever this is. They don't need to know, and you want to keep that from them. You don't want to share that with them. I keep feeling like even if they find out later, they're gonna try to take your time and decide what your time should be. They shouldn't have that ability. Don't give them the chance to do that, because once they do it, it's gonna be even harder to get them to stop doing it. After a while, you will stabilize this to the point where it'll just be routine. You'll have your boundaries. You'll be used to your boundaries. You'll be very happy if you do that. I just feel when you're getting used to it, you might be like, I don't know if I should be. Or I feel like this guilty feeling, like, should I really be doing that? Shouldn't I be helping more? If you just hold to it in the long run, you'll be much, much happier. This energy seems to also kind of stop bothering you. When they realize there's a limit to what they can get from you, they don't bother you as much, which may seem like a catch-22. Because this energy is kind of like, they take everything, or they just kind of like, well, that's all you can do, I'll just leave you to yourself. This is not really a good energy. This is not really a compatible energy. It's better for it to leave you alone. It may seem like there's a lot of benefits, a lot of upswings to them, but there's a lot of detriment too. It's more deficit than asset, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? It's like two steps forward, 5 steps backwards. That's what this feels like to me, and how it kind of affects your life. Just trust that this is not the best connection for you. Literally, the word trust is on this card. It's the trust card. They're saying just trust that this isn't really for you. It's not really going to work for you. If you can create those boundaries, again, this energy is either feast or famine. Either they take and they want to take everything, or they don't really, if that's all I can get from you, Virgo, I'll find somebody else. It's for the best. Let it go. Let it go. If something else will fill its place, you will have something else. Are we there? I think we're there. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4. Astral@gmail.com. I've also included the donation information in the description if you're interested. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.